What would you choose between wealth and wisdom? A question that would change the life of a man named David Anderson. Once upon a time, David, newly married to a beautiful lady named Sophie, made the bold decision to move to another country in search of a job. He was resolved to provide for his family, and so he embarked on an adventure that would shape his destiny. As luck would have it, David met a man named Jonathan Taylor, who happened to be looking for an employee. David seized this opportunity, promising Jonathan that he would work diligently and return to his family once he had made enough profits. 20 years passed and David felt the pull of home. He longed to see his wife and children. He informed Jonathan of his decision, and Jonathan in turn presented David with a surprise. He had two options: either receive the money he had earned over the years or learn 3 life lessons. David found himself in a quandary. How could he tell his wife that he had toiled for 2 decades only to return with life lessons? However, David, being a man of wisdom, chose the life lessons, understanding their eternal significance. Jonathan shared the life lessons with David. Firstly, always choose a familiar long route over an unknown shortcut. Secondly, never rush things. Lastly, avoid acting impulsively. Along with these lessons, Jonathan gave David 2 loaves of bread and instructed him to give the third to his wife. On his journey home, David encountered a man who advised him to take a shortcut. Remembering Jonathan's first life lesson, David chose the familiar route. He met a man named Adam Mitchell who lived in the forest and had a son with a strange habit of knocking on doors and kicking people at night. Finally, David arrived home. But upon seeing his wife talking to a man, David felt a surge of anger. However, he remembered Jonathan's last life lesson and refrained from acting impulsively. To his surprise, the man turned out to be his own son. David gathered his family and presented the bread he had brought home. "Here is the bread I worked for all 20 years, he said. But what I worked for was worth more than money. As he tried to open the bread, he found something unexpected. Money inside the loaf and a secret letter from Jonathan. The story of David Anderson teaches us the value of wisdom over wealth. He chose the long route instead of the shortcut. He didn't rush things, and he refrained from acting impulsively. These life lessons, along with the unexpected wealth in the bread, were his true earnings from 20 years of work. And so, we learn that wisdom, patience, and self-control are treasures that exceed all wealth.